I think we have to do the motion first, and then unless there's another motion, then you'll be recognized again. But I believe there's another motion coming.
I can't quite believe this is really going on.
Words?
Yeah.
Okay.
Workers.
Ms. Green agrees to strike her words.
I believe she's
Chair
apologized.
recognizes
No, no, no.
Mr.
She's
Perry. Okay,
apologized.
hold on. Then after Mr. Perry's going to be recognized, then Ms. Green
I'm not
has 4 minutes and
apologizing.
21
Well,
seconds.
then
Okay,
you're
reserve
not
the right to
striking your
object.
words.
I am
Mr.
not
Perry.
apologizing.
Now let's go. Come on, guys.
Why don't you debate me?
Mr. Chairman, the
it's
minority.
pretty
No,
self-evident.
Chair you're not.
Yeah, you're
out
not.
of order.
You don't have enough
You're out of order.
intelligence.
Chair recognizes Mr. Perry.
Okay, move to strike
I'd like to
I
strike
move to
those
strike the
words
lady's
as well.
words.
move to
I would
strike-
like
Order.
Strike the
as
lady's
well.
words again.
That's 2 requests to strike. That's 2 requests to strike.
Oh, they cannot take the
There's
words.
another motion to strike her words again. Please
All right.
get
Okay.
your members under
Here's the
control.
correct parliament. Ms. Green, do you ask unanimous? Do you agree to unanimous consent to strike your words?
I repeat again for the second time. Yes, I'll strike
right.
my words,
That-
but I'm
all
not
right.
apologizing.
Without objection. Without
Not
objection.
apologizing.
Chair
Reserving the right to
recognize-
object.
no,
Chairman,
I
Chair
reserve the right to object.
recognizes
I
Mr. Perry.
reserve the right to object.
Chairman, I move that Mr. Goldman's words and Ms. Ocasio-Cortez's words be stricken.
Okay.
Which words? And you have to do it contemporaneously. Object. The objection must be contemporaneous, and they haven't spoken in 10 minutes.
Nobody's spoken in 10 minutes.
Well, that's right. Therefore, defeating your proposal.
You all have. So that's my motion, Mr. Chairman.
We weren't able to.
Well, I object. It doesn't refer to anything that's on the floor. Ms. Ocasio-Cortez objected immediately and instantaneously, as you're supposed to do under the rules and precedents
Recess
of the House of
So
Representatives.
the first time he could.
Mr.
Move to
Chairman,
strike.
point of
Let's
parliament,
suspend, let's
Chairman, point
suspend.
of parliamentary inquiry.
All right. We're going to suspend for a minute, but we'll talk to the parliamentary.
I object to your objection.
Okay, committee will come back to order. So Ms. Green asked unanimous consent to strike her words. Mr. Raskin objected. I'm going to recognize Mr. Raskin for his objection. No, we're not counting against, Ms. Green has 4 minutes and 21 seconds left. This will not count against her time.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I reserve the right to object because the understanding of the minority is that the gentlelady from Georgia would move to take her words down and strike her words and to offer a sincere apology for having engaged in personalities against another member, offending her personal appearance and insulting her. We don't do that in this committee. And I think the major problem was that we allowed pornography in this committee, and we've gone down a bad road. But in any event, we should not allow face-to-face ad hominem insults. It's totally contrary to the rules of the House of Representatives. And I would ask Ms. Green if she would just make the apology. It's not that complicated. We don't want to get into face-to-face insults.
You will never get an apology out of me. I
Then
don't owe
then
you
I
one.
object. Then I
All right,
object, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Raskins objects. So the member will state the words he wishes taken down or she wishes taken down.
Well, what I heard her say, but I would like her to repeat the words. What I heard her to say was, and you can take off your fake eyelashes too. Well, then what did you say?
I mean,
What did you say, Ms. Green?
really?
What was?
I mean,
The clerk needs to report the words, but those,
Okay, the
that
clerk,
was the sum and
the
substance.
clerk will report the words. Clerk will report the words.
Mr. Chairman,
We could subpoena the audio tape, Mr. Chairman.
This is great. Release the audio.
It'll just take us a few minutes to get
Okay.
those words.
We'll suspend.
Aren't we here for audio?
Chairman.
I'd like Joe Biden's audio.
We're on Celsius train. Celsius, can you grab me one? He's
So what is now
unfortunately
8:55?
at my apartment sleeping. I was trying to put him down, and then I got sucked in this.
You have a lot of.
Sorry. Oh, sorry. So there.
Are they or are they not fake eyelashes? I think they are too.
All right.
It's like rule of the house. You can't.
Mr. Chairman, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, just a point of order here. I believe there are members who've been interviewed by the media from their seats. Do we allow that?
They identify as clerks.
That have,
Chairman, sorry.
what do you,
Like as clerks?
that what?
You're not respecting their identity?
Wait, someone is being.
Okay.
Is that allowed?
For decorum, the media will evacuate the well
Mr. Chairman,
at the request of the
Mr. Chairman,
complaint of the ranking member.
Netflix followed Hunter Biden into this room. I don't remember anyone across the aisle complaining about Hunter Biden, his TV film crew when he came up here.
That's a good point. So do you withdraw that? Do you withdraw that?
Yeah, I was just.
Okay, Mr. Raskin withdrew this one. So are we ready to proceed with Ms. Green finishing her 4 minutes and 21 seconds?
What is the ruling on the motion to take her words down? I thought we had an agreement. Okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Chairman, I would just urge you to prevail upon the distinguished gentlelady from Georgia. Her words.
Well, it's very difficult for the stenographer to understand everything with everyone yelling and screaming back and forth. But we went through this with I would like to make a point. We went through this with some of the things that Mr. Swalwell said in the Hunter Biden deposition. Some of the things that he said negative about some of our staff and the members weren't picked up by the stenographer, unfortunately, because there was so much yelling.
Fair enough, Mr. Chairman, but I think we don't want to see a complete dissent of our committee. And the verbatim quote of the gentlelady was, "I think your fake eyelashes are messing up your reading." That is what she said. I think your fake eyelash, and that's obviously engaging in personalities. It's an ad hominem attack, and I would just ask every member of this committee, in a fair-minded way, would you want to be talked to in that way about your personal appearance by another member of the committee? Because what we're doing is we're setting standards going forward. All the gentlelady seeks is a simple apology, Ms. Green.
Look, here, I will say this. For committee decorum, we're not supposed to engage in personalities of members. That applies to everyone on both sides of the aisle. Mr. Moskowitz, Ms. Green, every single member across the aisle. Can we?
What did he say? He just threw Moskowitz into it from.
Can we? Are we?
Can
we proceed?
The motion belongs to the gentlelady from New York, Ms. Ocasio-Cortez.
Okay, the clerk, back to order. The clerk will report the stenographer.
Mr. Chairman, there was a lot of over talking, but as far as we can make out, and you can remove your false eyelashes too.
Right.
Well, let's have a vote on that, because I honestly don't think there's a member in this committee who would think we should descend to that level of discourse here, other than one, perhaps. I'm sorry? You agree it should be taken down, Mr. Dons?
Mr. Raskin, the gentlelady from Georgia already said that she would strike down her words. What else are we doing past that point? I didn't realize apologies were a matter of.
It's an agreement.
No, the suggestion was made to the minority that rather than go through the process of formally taking her words down, which means she wouldn't be able to speak for the rest of our hearing, as you know, that she could continue to speak, but she would voluntarily take her words down and offer a sincere apology.
I'm going to rule, overrule the point of order. It wasn't personalities. It was undecorous. And I would encourage, again, every member to abide by committee decorum, and let's vote. We all know what we're here for. You're either going to vote for it or against it.
Mr. Chairman.
And the lady from Georgia has 4 minutes and 21 seconds
Mr.
remaining.
Chairman, point of order.
I appealed the ruling of the chair, Mr. Chairman, because the rules provide that you cannot insult another member's personal appearance or attire. And that is obviously part of engaging in personalities.
Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman.
Hold on. We have so many motions. We're sitting here trying to. All right, there's now a motion to table Mr. Raskin's motion.
No, but I was appealing your motion.
The motion by Mr. Perry, seconded by
I don't believe
Mr.
you can
Gosar.
table motion. I don't believe you can table. It's not eligible to
this
table.
is
It's not eligible to table.
We can table the appeal. We can table the appeal.
I don't know if we can table. Is
the
it
underlying
privilege to
motion.
strike?
We can table the appeal. There's a motion and second to table the appeal.
Okay, just to be clear, your ruling was that she had not engaged in personalities?
Mr. Chairman, when do I have my 4 minutes and 21 seconds?
I've already ruled. I've already ruled.
Mr. Chairman, point of order.
All right, so
No, there's a motion to vote on. It's not debatable. Motion by Mr. Perry, seconded by Mr. Gosar to table. All those in favor of tabling signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, no.
No.
Motion passes to table. Now,
move for the ayes and the nays.
recognizes Ms. Green.
I want to move for the ayes and recorded vote.
A recorded vote to table has been requested. The clerk will call the roll on table.
Amendments at the desk.
Mr. Jordan.
Have an amendment at the desk.
We're voting on a requested roll call vote on whether or not to table. She started the roll call with Mr. Jordan.
Mr. Turner. Mr. Gosar. Mr. Gosar votes yes. Ms. Fox. Ms. Fox votes yes. Mr. Grothman. Mr. Grothman votes yes. Mr. Cloud. Mr. Cloud votes yes. Mr. Palmer. Mr. Palmer votes aye. Mr. Higgins. Mr. Higgins votes yes. Mr. Sessions. Mr. Sessions votes aye. Mr. Biggs. Mr. Biggs votes aye. Ms. Mace. Ms. Mace votes aye. Mr. LaTurner. Mr. LaTurner votes aye. Mr. Fallon. Mr. Fallon votes aye. Mr. Donalds. Mr. Donalds votes yes. Mr. Perry. Mr. Perry votes aye. Mr. Timmons. Mr. Timmons votes aye. Mr. Burchett.
Aye.
Mr. Burchett votes aye. Ms. Green.
Aye.
Ms. Green votes aye. Ms. McLean. Ms. Boebert.
Present.
Ms. Boebert votes present. Mr. Fry. Mr. Fry votes aye. Ms. Luna. Ms. Luna votes aye. Mr. Langworthy. Mr. Langworthy votes aye. Mr. Burleson. Mr. Burleson votes aye. Mr. Waltz. Mr. Raskin. Mr. Raskin votes no. Ms. Norton.
No.
Ms. Norton votes no. Mr. Lynch. Mr. Lynch votes no. Mr. Connolly.
Nay.
Mr. Connolly votes nay. Mr. Krishnamurthy.
No.
Mr. Krishnamurthy votes no. Mr. Khanna. Mr. Mfume.
No.
Mr. Mfume votes no. Ms. Ocasio-Cortez. Ms. Ocasio-Cortez votes no. Ms. Porter.
No.
Ms. Porter votes no. Ms. Bush. Ms. Brown. Ms. Brown votes no. Ms. Stansbury. Ms. Stansbury votes no. Mr. Garcia. Mr. Garcia votes no. Mr. Frost. Mr. Frost votes no. Ms. Lee. Ms. Lee votes no. Mr. Kassar. Mr. Kassar votes no. Ms. Crockett.
No.
Ms. Crockett votes no. Mr. Goldman. Mr. Goldman votes no. Mr. Moskowitz. Mr. Moskowitz votes no. Ms. Tlaib. Ms. Tlaib votes no. Ms. Presley. Ms. Presley votes no. Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman votes yes. Mr. Chairman, on this vote, the ayes are 21, the nays are 19, with one voting present.
All right, motion table. Now the chair recognizes Ms. Green for 4 minutes and 21 seconds.
Mr. Chair, point of order.
Who's
It's me.
Ms. Crockett?
I'm just curious, just to better understand your ruling. If someone on this committee then starts talking about somebody's bleach blonde, bad built butch body, that would not be engaging in personalities, correct?
A what now?
Chairman, I make a motion to strike those words.
I don't think that's
Hold
a
on.
I'm
parliament.
trying to find clarification on what
Chairman,
qualifies.
motion to
I had
strike
no
those
idea what you
words.
just said.
We're not gonna do this. Look, you guys earlier literally just said
You
yes,
just,
Marjorie.
Y'all did
you
it
just
first.
voted to do
Y'all
it.
did it first, so you
You
don't
just
want to
voted to do
You
it.
say you're gonna get
Order,
Marjorie
order.
on
I'm
the
trying to
lead.
get clarification.
Look at, calm down. Calm
No,
down.
no, because this
I
is
would
what
like to
y'all
get
do.
through
So
proceedings.
I'm trying
Hey,
to get
Miss
clarification.
Crockett, you're not
Y'all wanna
recognized.
play
Miss
games?
I can't hear
Crockett.
you with your
And you
yelling.
don't want me
Calm
to be-
down.
No,
Can you please calm
don't
down?
tell me to calm down.
Calm down.
Because y'all
Please
talk
calm
noise,
down.
and then you
You're
can't
out of
take
control.
Because if I
Look,
come,
Chairman,
if I
can
come
we
and
send her
talk
outside to
shit
take a
about
break
her,
for 5
y'all
minutes?
gonna have a problem.
Mr.
Order.
Chairman.
All right,
Sorry.
chair.
I don't know why
Okay.
you're
Order.
acting
Chair
like
now
that.
recognizes
It's not cute.
Miss Green for 4 minutes and 21 seconds. 4 minutes. Let Miss Green talk, and then you all can. I'll recognize.
But I
someone on
moved
this
to
side.
strike her words for a second time based on her second set of personal remarks attacking another member.
Who?
Chairman Comer.
Because you all cannot
I have an
seem
amendment at
to
the desk,
apply
and this
the rules
sideshow
of the
needs to
committee.
stop.
We have to do this every time.
Hey,
Miss
I'm
Dortie,
recognized.
look,
I'm recognized.
order.
I'm going to
Listen,
go ahead and start
I-
talking.
Look, I know. Look, I don't know if you noticed it. I have 2 hearing aids. I'm very deaf. I'm not understanding. Everybody's yelling. I'm doing the best I can. Can we not recognize Miss Green and let
We
her get?
cannot because of the rules of the committee, Mr. Chair. That is what I'm trying to communicate in the present moment.
We have a Okay, what's the motion? What's
The motion is to strike the gentlelady's words for the second set of remarks, not the first, the second
She
that
has
applied
no
to me.
idea. She has no idea. I think, Mr. Chairman, I'm the
know what
only
the
one
words
recognized
were?
right now.
But we objected at the time.
Will the member state the words she wishes
Yes.
struck?
She told me, or she asserted that I was not intelligent. These are the specific words. We can have it read by the clerk,
It was made immediately.
and it was made immediately. I am not moving
I
now.
don't think it was
I am not
timely.
It was
moving
made
now.
immediately, both by the
made
gentlelady and by
immediately.
me.
Mr.
Guys,
Chair,
look.
it was made immediately.
It was made
and you
immediately,
said
both by
that
the
you would
gentlelady and by
return
me.
to us.
Guys,
She said, "You don't have the intelligence to talk to me," is what she said.
the chair recognizes Miss Green for 4 minutes and 21 seconds.
Mr. Chair, what is
no.
happening with the
I
ruling?
object to the ruling now.
We must object.
I mean, if you want to take it up,
Just move on.
yeah.
Move on.
We should just adjourn.
Yeah.
Because
I was.
hearsay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought Jerry Springer. Hey, I'm just glad that these chairs are too big to throw. This is not oversight, it's Jerry.
Mr. Chairman, a point of order. Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, on a point of order.
There's a motion on the table.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll go to right away.
Yeah. To a time certain tomorrow. To a time certain tomorrow. That way,
Yeah.
we'll take this up again.
Yes.
Motion to recess, wouldn't it? To day to day? Take precedence over.
Alex, how do you feel about my moving to adjourn?
Okay.
Okay.
Let me just jump in again while they're deciding. This is something I've never seen before. The language used, this is where I suppose the former president's influence has now stained American politics. You know, these are representatives. They're going to go back, but it's just been shocking. It's the only way you can have political differences.
All right, back in order. The committee will come back to order. The chair rules to strike the words that Ms. Green said, where she said that Ms. Ocasio-Cortez was not.
Said she lacked the intelligence to speak to her when, in fact,
I
Ms.
didn't want to say it
Ocasio-Cortez is
because I
a
didn't want
brilliant
you all
member.
to get anything on me.
No, we should be on the record with what was
Okay, we struck the words that she said, "You're not intelligent." Are we good on that?
No.
The words have been struck.
No, it was,
no.
it was to take the words down.
Yeah, we're
Mr.
good.
Chairman.
Goldman, you're out of order. Listen.
Mr. Chairman, her motion was to take her words down, not to strike the words.
It was to strike the words. That's what Ms. Ocasio-Cortez asked.
Well,
Okay, now.
which is to take them
That
down.
is to- there's no such
Which is to
thing.
take them down.
Which is to
Which is
take
to
them
take
down.
them
Which
down.
is to take them down.
it's-
They've been taken down.
All right,
They've
then
been
that
taken
means
down.
that Ms.
All right.
Green has to leave the
Now,
committee.
Ms.
She
Goldman,
cannot
Mr.
speak
Goldman,
anymore.
you're out of order. Now, I want everyone to let's comply with the quorum. The chair recognizes
Mr. Chairman.
Ms. Green from, no,
Wait,
no,
her words
no,
were taken
no,
down.
No, her
no.
words were
The chair-
taken down. That means she cannot speak.
The chair
If
recognizes.
her words are stricken, she cannot
Not speak.
in this hearing. Talk to your parliamentarian. She has to get out.
Without a motion under unanimous consent, the gentlelady is not permitted to speak for the
Chairman.
rest of this session. And we're happy to revive our motion to adjourn, Mr. Chairman. I think these 17-hour days might not work for us.
Something about working, huh?
Yeah, maybe showing up for a vote.
You have a lot to say, being that you're on retainer for the judge's daughter. Sorry, trust fund kid.
Mr. Chairman.
We should strike those words too.
I hope you brought your
We-
popcorn.
Mr. Chair,
Chairman.
Strike
we have to
those
strike
after
those as
we
well.
strike
And
the
Mr.
fact that they
Chairman-
called they were making comments about Marjorie's body. So we can
Mr.
do this all
Chairman.
night long, but I have a motion.
Mr. Chairman,
at
this
the
is out of
desk I'd like to
control.
get.
We should adjourn, Mr. Chairman.
Motion at the desk.
Mr. Chairman,
I think my body's pretty good at, I'm going to be 50
point of order.
this month. I am. I turned 50.
Mr. Chairman.
Pretty good.
Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.
Mr.
Thank
Chairman,
you. I appreciate that.
we have some members in the room who are drinking inside the hearing room who are not members of this hearing.
Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chairman, we have members who are not on this committee sitting in the hearing
We have
room
members
drinking.
talking who haven't been recognized. Mr. Chairman, point of inquiry. Mr. Chairman,
Democrats are against.
Mr.
drinking.
Chairman, point of inquiry.
Yeah.
Mr. Chairman.
Water.
We're going
There
to
you go.
suspend. We're going to suspend for 5 minutes while our staffs work the parliamentary questions out. So this committee
Mr.
has
Chairman.
suspended for 5 minutes. It'd be a good time for everyone to go out and take
Can we
a break.
apologize to the
Get some
American
fresh
people
air.
back home
5
first?
minutes.
That would be really
Committee
great.
will
if they could
reconvene in
spread
5
how
minutes.
sorry we are that we're not